there are so many ways to comprehend this. That's what I learned from student because I presented different level classes. One was in high school, the one that was author drawings. That was high school level, and other time I used it in elementary school level. 10-year-olds to like 16, 17-year-old way of understanding this whole storyline was very different. The shogun is trying to, like you said, testing. What is he going to do? What can Ikkyu-san do for the strange question, strange request? Because there is some the cultural background here. I think that's like a hierarchy. If shogun asks you to do something like a question or order or request, Ikkyu-san can like spontaneously answer the request. But I remember one concept that I was really, you always say intrigued. I was intrigued too. That this is all about your fear, how you conquer the fear. Because if you take it seriously, that maybe Shogun-san really could not sleep at night because the tiger looks really realistic and really scary looking. Sometimes if you have even just the drawings, but it has some kind of power, and it just kind of like it looks like it's looking at you at night. You can't sleep at night, and what can I do about it? One student really expressed that fact that this is all about how to conquer your fear, and it's just a matter of your mindset. If you think, and so the Ikkyu-san, what do you call it? He was willing to face the fear for him. For Shogun, and that made him help him to conquer this fear, because Shogun I think that now my opinion, Shogun is always thinking about war, like how to win the war, so maybe he may be dealing with the issue of fear, like defeat. This might have helped him to conquer his fear, plan the next war.
Right.
That's pretty deep thinking.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you think?
Yeah. So I wasn't sure because I wasn't really 100% sure. Like, what is the Shogun's intention? Is he just competitive with EQ because EQ has a reputation as being so wise, and did he really just want to see how, but the interpretation of the emotional side and actually side. EQ is providing him with compassion and understanding, so then the shogun can move on. I think that is very resonating. So sometimes I think of EQ-san as a trickster, or but actually this the emotional level that you just mentioned is actually pretty profound, and that makes sense for a monk to offer this. And it's kind of like a child, who's afraid of there's a monster in the closet at night, and you just kind of have to let the child live with, comfort the child and acknowledge their fear. If you acknowledge their fear, then they're able to process it. So, So I think this little story is pretty amazing. This character and the fact that you can see it in multiple ways is really interesting.
It really is. So you're free to analyze the way you want. And if we can all, as a teacher in the classroom, and we have a variety of kids, have all the different backgrounds, it's amazing what they can tell you, what they're thinking. So it'll be interesting to know. And I remember a little bit about this. This was first of all, I only had a hard time what byobu is, because this looks like a TV.
It could at first, I mean, I know that it was not supposed to be a TV because I looked up the word, and I know So I suppose it would be if you were going to, elaborate on this story, then it would be helpful to show photos of Byobu,
Yeah, that's right.
so kids can imagine.
Yeah. So I think it's another thing about this uniqueness of the story is that you encounter something that you've never seen before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not, this world, there are so many things that you've never seen before, right?
Right.
So
Right.
you can expose
Yeah.
to other the items like cultural items. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
like a product, right? Remember you
Yeah.
talked about last
Yeah.
week.
Products, practices, and perspectives, and like like
Definitely.
how the characters are dressed in this story.
Oh, dressed too.
Yeah, how they're dressed and what they're
Yeah, like
wearing.
mhm.
Those are products, and
Okay.
what do those tell us? I mean, I think right away those are gives us information that if we know about the culture and from the products, that it helps us understand the story and Byobu and like that's the shogun and what is a
Uh-huh.
shogun and anyways, there's so much in this little tiny story.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what we have now. Oh yeah. So this I from my background, I
Yeah.
understood perfectly. Like when you do something, when you make someone happy or satisfied, then you get something. You get a token. So he gets to go visit
Uh-huh.
again because
Uh-huh.
visiting this kind of castle, that's a special treat,
Right, the
privilege.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure if that, do you think that is that a cultural or is that uh
I think, gosh,
that
now
kind
that,
of
well,
universal?
I I think that, like, yeah, I guess. Wow, that's a good question. Well, in the Shogun here says,
Hmm.
um, "Asobi ni kite kudasai."
Hmm.
That's that sounds like a very nice offer, and I know that,
Okay.
when you visit people's houses and stuff, or you visit people, and that is that an additional invitation is often extended, and it feels good, so I
That's so
mean,
true.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if I mean, I can only say as a non-Japanese person, in how it makes me feel when
Hmm.
Japanese people say that to me at the conclusion of a meeting, oh,
Oh, mata
come
kite
come
kudasai.
again. Mata kite
Uh-huh.
kudasai. Yeah, I feel like, oh,
Come
good.
again.
You're
Yeah,
going to
that's
see me
true.
again.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned it.
Yeah. So
So
I
true.
feel that way with this, but
Mhm. Okay.
yeah. I like how the conversation sounds very casual. you know,
Casual.
I I don't know, does it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I understood it. So
I think
I
it's like no more boundaries.
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
right.
it's nice. Mhm.
It sounds very like hutsu, like, like this is
普通のね。
what,
そう、
yeah,
casual.
yeah, yeah.
あ、普通
Uh-huh.
の。
Uh-huh.
Huh? That's
Mhm.
true. Yeah, 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 that's right. All right. Thank you so much for all the comments and understanding. Well, uh, let me know if you brought this to your class and
Yeah,
see
I
the
will.
reactions. Thank you so much. Anything else?
Mhm.
終わり。
Already.
I've always liked to include this for some
Yeah,
reason because it just
yeah,
like an anime culture. I always,
yeah.
when I was little, I've always thought that this is what it needs to have at the end.
Yeah, I think so. And as a learner, I
Uh-huh.
appreciate it because,
Okay.
I'm not always sure. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So I remember this is something extra, but when I see like French movies, almost always I see it fine or what is the name of
Fiend. Yeah, Fiend.
Fiend, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I don't even know.
yeah,
I've never learned
yeah.
French. But I've
Yeah, no,
always,
me neither. But
I love the fact that it has that word at the end.
yeah,
Mm.
and some English things do, but not all.
Ah,
Right?
and that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, some do, but not
like-
always. So.
Yeah, that's like a classic movies, maybe, or old cartoons. Maybe they have. Yeah. So I just so my students always they put it there. Maybe this is a extra point. I don't
Well,
remember.
they learn the culture probably. They you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah. So owari is we're finished, and at least you know the word owari.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I always do owari means are you finished eating? So owari, owari. I ask that too. So yeah, everything is interesting. Thank you so much for your input.
Oh, it's fun.
Anything else? So just to show you how to edit in case you need to edit, you go to the banners, put the gear, click the gear, open editor, and it goes to Google Slides and make a copy. But I guess you've already done this.
I did for myself. Yeah.
And then you make a copy. Then you can edit the way you like. Yeah. So do this and then then you go like that. ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。